Hello and welcome to the data entry tutorial for the Mid-Atlantic Sustainable Schools Field Scope. This is a continuation of the School Addition tutorial and will guide you through the process of entering sustainable practices data to a school for the first year. An important point to note is that each data entry is referred to as a record, and you need to add a record only once for a school per academic year. So let's get started. Before you begin entering your data, download and complete the Sustainable Practices datasheet. To do this, click on the Help option. You will find a link to download this datasheet under the Data tab in the Help section. The datasheet contains fields for all the information you will need to fill in the Enter Data tab. Filling out this datasheet will make the data entry process a lot more efficient. To add a record, go to the Enter Data tab. If you haven't already done so, select your school from the list of existing schools and then click Enter Records. This will lead you to the Enter Records tab, which is structured similarly to the Sustainable Practices datasheet, and each option is followed by a small description. The Presence Practices section consists of yes or no options for each practice to denote presence or absence at the current location. The Cumulative Practices section consists of blank spaces where you can enter data, and drop-down menus for units associated with the practices. Cumulative practices increase by successive additions each year as appropriate. This will be discussed in more detail in the How to Enter Data After the First Year video. In the Average Practices section, you can enter the data in each field within an academic year. The Sustainable School Awards section contains options for entering information about any awards that your school has received in relation to sustainability. The Grants and Funding section is where you will enter data about any grants or funding your institution has received or applied to enhance sustainability. And finally, the Environmental Literacy Practices section contains blank fields where you can fill information regarding the educational aspect of sustainable practices at your institution. Please enter data in all fields even if the entry is a 0 or a no. After you have entered the information, click Save. A pop-up message will appear asking you if you would like to save an image of the data form you just created. This is for your personal reference and you do not have to save this image. Every time you save a record, a new record will appear in the list of records to the right. A school can have only one record per academic year. You can also edit the record at a later time if necessary. View the tutorial titled How to Edit Data Within an Academic Year. For written instructions, navigate to the Help section and refer to the Help documentation under the Data tab. Thank you for watching.